Okay, so I've been watching lots of YouTube videos, particularly Justin Rhodes. He is the great chicken guy. Have learned lots from him and his family on their homestead. Now, this is some chick starter in a ice cream pail, and then we filled it with bottled water, which I believe goes through a distilled or a reverse osmosis or some kind of process. Can't remember off the top of my head. So there is no chlorine in this water. If we use tap water, we have chloramines and chlorine in our water, and it's not good. You can pour water into a jug and let it sit for 24 hours, and then it should be good to use. But I just went ahead since I wasn't really prepared, and I should have done this a couple days ago. I just used our bottled water, which you can see. There's our bottled water right there. So yeah, I'm fermenting their feed. It's supposed to be healthier for the baby chicks, and it'll help. I believe it'll help boost their immune system and just make them stronger in the brooder while they're growing, and really help with the transition. The other reason that it's great is it will cut down on your feed costs because they don't quite eat as much of the fermented food. Yeah, we're gonna give this a shot. I guess I'll let you know how it goes. We get chicks tomorrow. I started this around supper time, and we'll have chicks before the 24-hour mark, so I'm not sure if this will be quite ready for them. I might just have to use regular chick starter at first, and then we'll get going with the fermented feed. Now apparently you can scoop out of this and then just keep adding. As long as you have some in here that's fermented, it will work to keep it fermenting, and works great. So it can be a continuous process. As long as it's not molding, it should be good to go. So yeah, I've learned lots in the last month preparing for our baby chicks. So I'm really excited. Tomorrow they come. We should be picking them up after little Everett is done preschool, and we will go into town and grab them from the store. So stay tuned for more.
Hey guys.
What are we doing, Everett? Where are we going?
To get the chicks.
Woo!
Woo! Woo!
Okay, we just picked up our chicks from East Anglia. Let you take a peek. It's 25 Barred Plymouth Rock chicks. Pretty excited. Are we excited?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to use this Stress Aid. It's an electrolyte and vitamin water for chicks, just to help them with the transition. We got this at PV Mart for $10.49. This is what it looks like. It smells like a sports drink, kind of a little bit fruity. So we need 30 mils per 4 liters of water, which 10 mils is about 2 teaspoons. So I'm going to put 6 teaspoons in a milk jug of 4 liters of water. So this is the electrolyte water. I'm just going to pour it into our jar here. All right. And then I'm going to screw the lid on. Now this is our homemade water, so we've glued, see if you can see that, we've glued areas where the water will come out, and it works quite well actually. So I'll just put this on. You can see in the bottom actually where we've glued to have openings. And this water cost us $1 pretty much. Well, this I think ended up being 50 cents and 25 cents, so 75 cents, and then some glue. So it's ready to go. Okay, so the water's ready to go. I'm gonna go get the feed ready, and then I'll put the chicks in. So we're using Country Junction feeds from Wetaskiwin Chick Starter. It's unmedicated. I'm just gonna fill up this jar here. The reason it's empty is because I've put most of it in this storage container here. And then we have this poultry stand for when you're roasting a chicken we found at a thrift store. We're just going to stick this in. Now we're using dry feed today because our fermented feed isn't ready. But when our fermented feed is ready, we're going to use that. So I'll just flip this over and put it in the brooder. Okay, so our feed and water in there. I got the chips a little bit wet, which sucks. I'm going to build a tray for the water and feed to go in so we don't get them all dirty because chicks are messy. But they're ready for the chicks, so I'm going to go grab them. Great. The temperature says it's at 90 degrees. The other one in here, let's just see. It says it's about 80. But I just turned the heat lamp on, so I should have had it running while I went to go get the chicks. I'm just going to take the lid off here so it'll be easier for these little guys to get in. Alright, so I'll keep an eye on the temperature to make sure I get it up to 95 degrees. Now, we got these guys from Rochester Hatchery. They were shipped to East Anglia in Brooks, Alberta, where we picked them up. They were born yesterday, May 18th, and it's the 19th today. So, they are ready to go. So, we're going to start by putting them in. So this little guy. Now I think this one is a pullet because it's got dark feet, and it's got a defined spot. So we for sure have one pullet here. I'm just going to dip her beak into the water and let her drink. She's ready to go. This one is a rooster. It'll be a cockerel because it's got a lighter feet and the spot runs into the skin. But we'll wait and see. We've got lots of these babies. Alright, I'm going to keep doing this and we'll be back once they're all done. Alright, Brielle's here with me. Say hi. We have all the baby chicks in here. Now, this is definitely too small. Now, we originally built this brooder for 6 chicks, and we have 25 in here. So, this will do until Cam comes home, and we will make a bigger brooder for them. But, they're already starting to drink and eat, which is great. They're getting all comfy. They're pecking these chips, which I heard can cause pasty bum, or pasty butt. So I'm trying to bring them over to the feeder when they do that, to show them that's their food. But yeah, we're pretty excited for these little guys. So thankful that we finally have chicks. I guess we'll see how this goes. Alright, I don't know if that's much better, but there's a little bit more room in here. Okay, so our chicks have almost been with us for a full 24 hours. Now their brooder is getting pretty gross and their water is pretty disgusting and their food has chips in it. So it's time to clean out the brooder. Now our water was a complete bust. Cam went to move it and the glue let go. So it's fine the way it is, but if we were to lift up that jar, all the liquid would come out. We're going to switch to the cheap plastic ones we got. We tried to be frugal and make this. Obviously, we would need something, a stronger glue for this to work, but I managed to get waters for under $5 a piece, which is great. So I'm going to move these chicks over to our first brooder we had while I clean out the tub and go from there. Alright, so I'm going to take all these dirty wood chips and I'm going to stick them into this empty feed bag here, and then we're going to compost them. I just wanted to show you what it looked like. I did dump the rest of their water in there because it was gross. So I'll move all this over into the feed bag and then give it a quick rinse in the tub and put some fresh chips down. Okay, so I have the new water. I've got their electrolyte water in here. In their new water, I believe like it would have cost us about $5, just over $5 for this. And then I have their fermented feed. Now this is what it looks like on top. It's all bubbly, so it's ready to go. Yesterday it wasn't like this. So I'm just going to take a metal strainer here and scoop some out. And then I'm going to use this plastic feeder here too. Alright, so I'll just put some in there, put a little bit more, and then we'll go over to the brooder. So I have some wood chips in here. I'm just going to spread these out a little bit thinner where I'm going to put the water. Now I found that when I first put them in, they were getting lots of wood chips into the water, so I'm using one of our plates upside down, and then I'll bring the water in here like so, and hopefully that will help with trailing in the chips. I'm trying to leave the chips up high here so they nest over here by the light. And then I have the fermented feed in this. It looks like I'm going to have to move the water over. And I'll put that right there. So we'll get this under the heat lamp and get the chicks in here now. Alright, so I'm going to start putting them back in. I just wanted to show you what we did last night. I'll grab this little one here. Now, we sexed them, and how you can sex them is the spot on their head. This one has a defined spot. It doesn't run into the neck. And then the little feet there are darker. So if you can see there, see if I can focus, dark feet and dark legs. We banded each one of them with a little band, so we know that this is going to be, or this is a pullet, and she will be one that we'll be keeping for laying. Alright, I'll grab this little one here to show you the difference. Now this one spot isn't defined, it runs into the neck there, and you can see, this is hard to do with one hand here, but you can see that his leg, this will be a cockerel because it's got a lighter foot and a lighter leg, and we banded that one. So we know that this will be a cockerel, which will, when it's old enough, end up being butchered and will go in our freezer. Okay, so as I'm moving these little chicks over, I noticed some of them have poop on their bum, and this is called pasty butt. So what I'm going to do is I have some baby wipes and some soapy water and some Q-tips, and I'm just going to make sure that it's clean so he doesn't get sick from this. This happens, it sometimes happens from having wood chips, and they eat the wood chips. So we are probably going to switch over to puppy pee pads, but for now we're just going to keep an eye on this and make sure we clean up these chicks really good. Alright, so the first 24 hours went great. They are in their fresh brooder now, clean water, new fermented food. They seem to be doing okay with it. At first they were not fond of it, but I think they're getting a taste for it now. So yeah. They might be a little bit cold, because they were in the other brooder without the heat for a little bit. So it looks like some of them are bunching up in the corner, but it'll warm up here. The lamp is on, and they're doing great. So our first 24 hours went really great. The kids are in love with these little guys. I'm in love with these little guys. Cam is too. We could watch them for hours. They're literally fascinating to watch. So yeah, we're really excited for our journey with these little guys. Thanks for watching.